Without music, life would be a mistake. He who has a why to live can bear almost anyhow. That which does not kill us makes us stronger. It is not a lack of love, but a lack of friendship that makes unhappy marriages. To live is to suffer, to survive is to find some meaning in the suffering. Whoever fights monsters should see to it that in the process he does not become a monster. And if you gaze long into an abyss, the abyss also gazes into you. God is dead, and we have killed him. You must have chaos within you to give birth to a dancing star. There is always some madness in love, but there is also always some reason in madness. The higher we soar, the smaller we appear to those who cannot fly. The man of knowledge must be able not only to love his enemies but also to hate his friends. In individuals, insanity is rare, but in groups, parties, nations, and epochs, it is the rule. The surest way to corrupt a youth is to instruct him to hold in higher esteem those who think alike than those who think differently. No price is too high to pay for the privilege of owning yourself. The snake which cannot cast its skin has to die. A casual stroll through the lunatic asylum shows that faith does not prove anything. The advantage of a bad memory is that one enjoys several times the same good things for the first time. He who would learn to fly one day must first learn to stand and walk and run and climb and dance. The thought of suicide is a great consolation. By means of it one gets through many a dark night. Invisible threads are the strongest ties. The visionary lies to himself, the liar only to others. When we are tired, we are attacked by ideas we conquered long ago. There are no facts, only interpretations. The true man wants two things: danger and play. The best friend will probably get the best wife, because a good marriage is based on the talent for friendship. We have art in order not to die of the truth. The most perfidious way of harming a cause is to defend it deliberately with faulty arguments. He who despises himself still respects himself as one who despises. Is man merely a mistake of God's? Or God merely a mistake of man's? All things are subject to interpretation. There are no eternal facts, as there are no absolute truths. The demand to be loved is the greatest of all arrogant presumptions. The essence of all beautiful art, all great art, is gratitude. A thing precedes his own actions as experiments and questions. In every real man a child is hidden that wants to play. Convictions are more dangerous enemies of truth than lies. Hope is the worst of evils, for it prolongs the torment of man. Live dangerously. The greatest events, they are not our loudest but our stillest hours. The doer alone learneth. The future influences the present just as much as the past. The best author is he who is ashamed to become a writer. A good writer possesses not only his own spirit but also the spirit of his friends. A good reader makes a good book better. Thoughts are the shadows of our feelings, always darker, emptier, and simpler. Morality is the herd instinct in the individual. Madness is something rare in individuals, but in groups, parties, peoples, and ages, it is the rule. Art is the proper task of life. Man is the cruelest animal. What does your conscience say? You shall become the person you are. The world itself is the will to power, and nothing else. There is not enough love and kindness in the world to give any of it away to imaginary beings. The maturity of man, that means to have reacquired the seriousness one had as a child at play. I am not a man, I am dynamite. Every profound spirit needs a mask. The man who has no inner life is the slave of his surroundings. One must still have chaos in oneself to be able to give birth to a dancing star. I love the great despisers, for they are the great revelers and arrows of longing for the other shore. Love is the state in which a man sees things most decidedly as they are not. In revenge and in love, woman is more barbarous than man. The end of a melody is not its goal, but nonetheless, had the melody not reached its end, it would not have reached its goal. We should consider every day lost on which we have not danced at least once. Do not allow yourselves to be deceived. Great minds are skeptics. He who cannot obey himself will be commanded. A subject for a great poet would be God's boredom after the seventh day of creation. There is more wisdom in your body than in your deepest philosophy. One must learn to love oneself. Become who you are. It is hard enough to remember my opinions without also remembering my reasons for them. Fear is the mother of morality. The lonely one offers his hand too quickly to whomever he encounters. Nothing on earth consumes a man more quickly than the passion of resentment. The belly is the reason why man does not so easily take himself for a god. There are horrible people who, instead of solving a problem, tangle it up and make it harder to solve. Whoever despises himself still respects himself as one who despises. Egoism is the very essence of a noble soul. The desire to annoy no one, to harm no one, can equally well be the sign of a just as of a cowardly disposition. Not necessity, not desire. No, the love of power is the demon of men. Morality is just a fiction used by the herd to cow the strong. The best weapon against an enemy is another enemy. He who climbs upon the highest mountains laughs at all tragedies, real or imaginary. The man who has no music in himself and is not moved by concord of sweet sounds is fit for treasons. All great things must first wear terrifying and monstrous masks in order to inscribe themselves on the hearts of humanity. Everything the state says is a lie, and everything it has stolen. Power is the ultimate aphrodisiac. There is more reason in your body than in your best wisdom. The higher man is distinguished from the lower by his fearlessness and his readiness to challenge misfortune. All credibility, all good conscience, all evidence of truth come only from the senses. He who possesses little is so much the less possessed. The secret of reaping the greatest truthfulness and the greatest enjoyment from life is to live dangerously. A politician divides mankind into two classes, tools and enemies. Sensuality often hastens the growth of love, so much that the roots remain weak and are easily torn up. One repays a teacher badly if one remains only a pupil. We often refuse to accept an idea merely because the tone of voice in which it has been expressed is unsympathetic to us. Many are stubborn in pursuit of the path they have chosen, few in pursuit of the goal. The irrationality of a thing is no argument against its existence. Blessed are the forgetful, for they get the better even of their blunders. The advantage of having a bad memory is that one enjoys the same things for the first time over and over again. There is a false saying, whoever cannot command himself must obey. In truth, however, the reverse is true.